And welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Victoria 3 in our USA run. In the last bit, we've got 49 of the 50 US states, and we've got colonization going on in Africa. We've gotten what we're going to get in the Niger Delta. Unless we start fighting either the French, the British, the Dutch, or the locals. And this is 500,000 people, so we are going to incorporate here. 13 years is not too bad. And we got a bonus from having a time modifier. Oh, time modifier. There's also, I think, one from... suppose that might actually be showing up as a time modifier. One from having the United States capital be in Washington, D.C. We'll do here as well. Yeah. And then we're going to continue building our railroads. And there's pump jacks and automatic irrigation and oil fields. So... there be oil. Black gold will start to flow. And of course, there's more demand for engines. I think we have the engines, so this shouldn't be a problem. It's not like we're trying to have so many plantations for that to hit. And yeah, we'll probably want to start building up the oil supply and encouraging that to be exported to the world. Although the world does need to start demanding oil for it to be really good to export. There we go. Hitting rifles. Although that's maybe not an important tech for most of the game. This is somewhat useful for us because it's going to make more guns. Oh, I'm thinking bolt action. Bolt action consumes oil as well. For government admin. Also, with more people migrating to the United States, we need more to get all the taxes out of places. That's a good thing to do. Popularity contest. Cool. Oh, we're about to switch over to the Conservative Democrat Party. Republicans are finally, for once, expected to lose the election. Even though we are doing what we can to buff them. Okay, let's try to get free trade done while we're at it. Don't have enough time to get this done for the election. Although I think this is supported by both sides. do a grand coalition party with everyone in government and just lower taxes a bit. And we'd have a functional government. Okay, let's do that for a bit, and then I can pay the cost to shuffle the government to the higher legitimacy one. That way we can finish up free trade here. Sure. Make the intelligence a little bit more powerful. Gamble failure. There goes the colonization over in Africa. Got the 2 colonies still going. Protest across Colorado. Sure. Oh, thinking about it, I can hand out my company charters. Add artillery to you. Sure. And trade rates. Give you tea to go with your coffee. We'll give you investment rights, so you can go build your plantations abroad. Oil discovered in Utah. I was paying a bureaucracy cost on something, wasn't I? And that's gone and worn off. Like, I feel like I have so much bureaucracy. Okay, with that, we can swap the military shipyards over to steel hull. And upgrade the fleet. New metal ships. And yeah, the GDP is definitely recovering from all the labor-saving applications being kicked in. There we go. Good old free trade. Then we can reform the party. Get a righteous government, so we can raise taxes back to normal. Oh, and we have support for public health insurance. We should do that. Corruption. Question, is that a decaying one, or is it... Yeah, it's decaying. Okay, so that'll get better over time. Okay. Raise one of the smaller armies and send them over. I assume we're almost all the way through those railways. Yeah. It's corporatism. No. What do I want from the Spanish if we're actually gonna seriously fight them here? Or are we just pushing for white peace? I think I'm just kind of pushing for white peace. Go for Puerto Rico. Let's go for humiliate. And then yeah, we'll bring the British in. I think the British should make it a winnable war. Okay, this is just looking to be a right mess. Because we're going to be in all the wars. And I'm not sure how much help the British is going to need for us to fight all the wars. And we have public health insurance, okay. Which of course means they need more government bureaucracy because of the corruption. Let's put you... Oh, you're in that zone. Okay. That's fine. The whole point of mobilizing that one was to keep them from landing Washington, D.C., which does appear to be successful there. Or plausibly successful. There's civilizing missions. There's another maximum declared interest, more colonial affairs, more infantry production, and in our case, also a journal entry. Here. No, that's not the one. We're gonna populating the American West popping up. But we're gonna be at peace first. Fair enough. Colonists don't want to move to a country that's actively fighting a war. Yeah. Especially if it has conscription rights, or some version of conscription rights in it. Okay, what do I want to do after the gold mines? Need more art. We need more wood. Probably gonna do art into wood. Do we have any shortages on transport? Sort of based on price. Okay, so we probably want rail there. Fine. You're both taking malices because you have shortages. You're dangerously close. Your subjects, we don't care about you. And then, yeah, Pennsylvania. Gonna want quite a few. Okay. I think we're good past there. So some of that can be fixed potentially by doing steel railway cars. So that's probably what we'll do after steel frame buildings. Yeah, so successfully occupy one of the Spanish states by fighting off of Gibraltar. The Spanish will lose that war. Okay, it looks like the British are winning over in China. Winning over in China does mean the Chinese market will be open, because we asked for that war goal. So we'll start being able to take advantage of the fact that the Chinese market is probably in desperate demand for lots of stuff. There we go. I would wonder if there was railroads. The art. Yes, the art. I was afraid about the art. 20 levels of Art Academy, please. Minnesota. Almost got the state occupied. There we go. There we go. That frees our troops up. Go help in the Chinese war. Did you know about all these attitude improvements? You can go help as well. And our raiders here can stop raiding, so back to port with you. Oh, I should now be able to do relations to you. Yeah, they're pretty opposed to treaty boards, I suppose. And I could ask for them to do a law commitment to say stop being... Well, they're actually doing per capita, so I can't ask for a law commitment. But the thing we'd want is... Oh, they're on free trade, so I'm going to just kick them to free trade. Oh no, I could ask them to go to free trade. That's the only thing we'd ask for there. Okay, that's fair enough. Is there a possibility they would not not actually complete free trade, but let's send that proposal anyway. Populating the Americas. The Promote European Migration Mode is now available in Populating Americas journal entry. Every incorporated state in the Western Americas gets Coming to the America. We've got 8 million people in the American West. Our target is 15 million. Yep. Let's start pressing that. Come to the United States! Tempted by generous offers of land and work, Finnish people from Finland have begun to migrate to Wyoming. Silver lining in every cloud. Vast tracts of fertile land, fields wanting workers, factories needing strong men. Okay, what to build next? Apparently the thing with the highest demand is the fine art, although we're building 100, well, 120 of it. So we're gonna have to wait for the trade to adjust for that. Really is good to evaluate. Next thing with a really large amount of demand is, well, cheap things to build the demand is things like wood and fish, right? Woods, 200 construction. The gold mines are 400. The gold mines are doable. Do the gold mines, yeah. And then fish is 200. Fish is also 200. So yeah. Easily support another 60 lumber camps. Assuming we're doing something with the hardwood. And we are doing stuff with the hardwood. It's being exported. Other people want it, so... yeah, 60 more lumber camps, and then we can do some fish. And fish... we don't need as much fish. Let's do 10 levels of fish. And we'll see where we are when that gets done. I suppose if I want to join more into the rush for Africa, I should really run for malaria prevention. And then probably take over one of the African nations. To sort of get around the other colonizers and get into the interior faster. Okay, let's think about that. Yeah, I definitely need to expand the bureaucracy. The American bureaucracy needs to expand. Oh, we're not even on standard filing cabinets. Swap to standard filing cabinets. There we go. There's bureaucracy. There's the bureaucracy we're missing. Oh, I can do an election. Shuffle, but we don't need to. Okay. Mutual funds, public trade and commercialized agriculture, all the good stuff. I do have a couple of domestic places I can build. Well, I say domestic. A couple places in Africa we can build coffee. What was I thinking about now? Commercialized agriculture. Homesteading, commercialized agriculture. No real opposition in the existing government. So we'll push that. While at the same time, also swapping financial districts publicly traded. Yep, let's let that roll as it is. So the Empire of Japan is facing off against the Japanese Proletariat Rebellion. Ah, they actually successfully agreed to free trade. So I do want to keep them in power, just because these guys are not free trade. They're also free trade, so it doesn't really matter who I side with. Yeah, I want to keep the existing power. We're going to support you unconditionally. We're going to send some troops. Some unrequested volunteers are being sent to Japan. So I have a preference on which side is winning this war. Our existing one allowed me to invest in Japan already, didn't it? Yeah. Okay. Gotta get the investment rights in China as well. Let's do that. So with the Chinese market open, that means that the silk is flowing. Yes. Which means we can make things out of silk fairly cost effectively. Oppressor and the oppressed, the spectre haunting the world. Empty pockets. Okay. So we need art, we need paper, because we need to export it to the world, because the rest of the world apparently needs more paper. Granted, we opened China up, so China... yeah, exporting to China. Yeah, China needs our paper. Planted grassroots. Weaken opposition. Okay. Boiler explosion. That's not going to be enough to get the trade unions unmarginalized, so we're going to take support from the industrialists. A couple of weeks, I think it's going to be time for more construction. The economy must expand to meet the needs of the expanding economy. Yeah, it's time for the economy to expand the needs of the expanding economy. Well, either that or... No, I'm not going to wait 9 months. I was about to say, either that or we wait for steel frame available. It's like, nope. Nope. We've got no free peasants in Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania is working full employment at this point. Yeah, plenty of people looking for better jobs, but everyone is employed at this point. Okay, so don't build construction sections in Pennsylvania. Ohio looks like a decent place. We'll put 19 in Ohio. There's commercialized agriculture. Okay, I think it's going to be time to drop some of these consumption taxes, so I can encourage more migration. Okay, so we dropped all those. I'm going to turn those all into decrees encouraging migration. Greener Grass Campaign, Washington, Pennsylvania, New York. Pennsylvania, because it's basically empty. New York is also basically empty, so it needs it. Washington, well, DC, because I want to build a government admin there, because that's thematic with the White House. You know, then we need to wait for the economy to grow before we build more construction sectors, because otherwise we're going to run back into debt again. Also, right now the private queue is going to be busy buying up all the agricultural buildings because of the change in law. Okay, those are all up to date. It's revolutionary. Okay. Okay, can't enact it because okay. We got 10% success rate on a law we can't enact. Fair enough. Yeah, so we can see that the Conservatives are strong, because they want to go back to Combination Acts. Same thing with legal guardianship. In fact, we kind of want to go the other way. We want to go towards women's suffrage. Because we need our workers. Support for regulatory bodies. Might want that. That'll keep more workers alive. Ooh, actually, positive support for proportional taxation. This is only going to get more and more and more powerful over per capita as time goes on. Yeah, let's enact that. Yeah, 4% is a little low, so we are going to negotiate some more support. Armed forces. If it was Navy, I would have go about doing it. Short-term tax cuts. Which we'd have to repeal. We're going to engage in a little bit of corruption behind the scenes. Also, with them. You want us to agree to regulatory bodies. That was one of the other ones I was thinking about, so I'm on board. Yeah, we'll agree to regulatory bodies afterwards. What do you want? Put in charge of the treasury. Corruption! Makes the world go round some days. Yep, we need more art. Another 20 levels in Minnesota. And then we're importing clothing, so I should probably make clothing. But we're also importing lumber. Lumber is quicker to build, so let's build the one that's quicker to build. Like 100 levels of lumber. Okay, this is just translating into all the domestic lumber. At this point, I think. We got free trade, so we can sell it abroad. Maybe that many in Alaska is not a good plan. Okay, I think that's more lumber than I probably need. And we'll go ahead and subsidize the lumber so it doesn't devolve right away. It needs to say 57% success chance. Proportional taxation is not going to fail. Due to the missing funds, we're definitely going to be running up a little bit of a debt, but we'll recover. Steel frame building, so when we want more construction, we'll start converting to steel frame. I think that also adds new PM to the urban centers. Yeah. condemn slavery. Apparently we have a fairly strong socialist, communist, and or anarchist movement. Yeah, that's a, well, very radical communist movement, at least. Oh, activism. Yeah, comes from the activism. Okay. Okay, so we passed that law. So we now need to agree to regulatory bodies. Okay, the penalties get reduced if we at least try for at least 24 months. Sounds good. Okay, how goes the colonies? So unless we're going someplace where we're going to be heavily penalized due to the severe malaria, we're going at full speed in the one place. Okay. Would anyone help you? One of the other African countries, which isn't going to be enough help. Yeah, they're going to get like 4 more battalions. We're going to just annex this African country. Identification documents, corporation speed, okay, that's a bunch of good stuff. Also, more importantly, more home affairs. Oh wait, that was a PM. That was the steel railway carriage. Sorry about that sneeze. I think I got to the mic mute when that went off. Seize among the wounded. Gonna go to advanced research here. Probably gonna do like advanced research, colonial offices. I'm gonna do for more stuff in Africa. Not quite sure what we're gonna do after that, but yeah, advanced research. When you're potentially a tech leader like the USA is, being able to sort of beeline the techs you want and then have the rest spread to you is useful. So the advanced research from power blocks is really good if you're a tech leader. It's also really good if you're behind. And it's kind of middling if you're in the middle. Even unlocked franchising. Okay. And that probably added new stuff that doesn't have the modern PMs. Let's look at the PMs updated. Coffee plantations. Dry, wet, mechanical pulping, or manual pulping. It's not in the humid coffee belt, so we gotta go with the mechanical. Okay. Going through these PMs. Okay. Missing funds is still going to be around for another 8 years. Granted, it's decaying, so it gets better and better the closer we are to getting it gone. Those have 2 of them as well, so that's good. Maybe queued up a little bit too much lumber. It's definitely the one I think in Alaska, if we still have it queued and it's not built. Should probably get cut back on. Because we're out of employees, yeah. Well, so close to success, and it still somehow failed. The debates that weren't really choices kicked it down to 0. Boom the bell tolls. Let's see, Abraham Lincoln is dead without having been president. As in our history, him becoming president was not the cause for the Civil War. Improved fertilizer. Fire break. Triumph against America. More to come. Say triumph for all of the United States. There we go. Chester is our new president. Putman, liberal industrialist. Okay, so we need some more bureaucracy. Bureaucracy. Yeah, I think as we break 100 million GDP, we're at a good place to put another part break in. So, an election bringing the Republican Party back into power. This time as a very liberal party. Liberals and the reformers have come into power. So this is probably a good time to say swing into universal suffrage, move to protected speech, that sort of stuff. Oh, they're on the same level with the universal? Okay, so bit of a shame. Can't get on the universal from here. Not with this government. Everyone likes consensus. Yeah, so... Oh, same thing. You can't move towards protected, because we haven't invented human rights yet. Although that's a slightly different problem there. Yeah. Liberals have swung into power, because we got a liberal conservative party here. Gonna move towards compulsory primary school. Well, actually, the liberals would have been supporting that anyway, so that doesn't help enough. Yep, so they're just a really happy party. But yeah, so we've just broken 1 million GDP. Line is going up. At this point, we're up to £2 sterling GDP per capita. So part of getting the GDP to go up is getting the population to go up. Because it is kind of hard to get the GDP per capita real high. Only 43 people have it higher than us. And you can see, even in the extreme situations, which probably are involving some sort of pseudo market manipulation to get it up there. No one's breaking 4 GDP per capita. So that means to grow much more than twice our GDP probably means getting more people. Although maybe getting close to doubling our GDP would be plausible just by getting all the peasants converted over to gainfully employed. Yeah, that's pretty believable. But at which point we'd be out of growth. That'd be where the growth would cap out. We own 88.4% of the domestic GDP, so we own 88 million, and then we own another 28 million abroad, so foreign ownership and local ownership are about the same. Well, foreign ownership is actually, we own more of other people's stuff than they own of ours, which is actually kind of good. And yeah, we had a little bit of a budget issue, but the budget issue is actually going to just improve over time as the administrative quotient goes away and the missing funds decay down. So as long as we're careful, we should not have a debt spiral here. Worst case scenario, I can always just raise the taxes, and that'll piss people off, but that'll be fine in the short run. Would technically have slightly higher taxes on graduated taxation. And then everything else I think would be a downgrade. Yeah, everything else would be downgrade. In some cases, like the consumption series is downgraded because we have no consumption taxes set. Yeah, we're at this stage of the run. Bureaucracy to do workplace safety is probably something we want to do in the near future. And then market-wise, probably need to make more paper. Probably as we start making more paper, we'll start having the Chinese buy it from us. Wouldn't be surprised if the Chinese are a major consumer of paper. Clothes. Again, if we start getting pretty heavy into clothes, I would not be surprised if people start buying it from us. We're importing coal, so we've actually got demand for coal. Local demand for coal. Local demand for steel. Local demand for art. So there's definitely expansion possibilities. There's lots to expand. Probably, if anything, I need to stop pulling the wood. The wood, I think, is probably saturated. Well, not necessarily saturated for the moment, but definitely starting to diminish in value. If you're watching on Twitch and you want to get a comment responded to while live, now is probably a good time to get the last of those comments in. I'll try to respond to them after I end the video for YouTube, and I'll keep the stream for about a minute to respond to all of them. If you're watching on YouTube, this is where this part's going to go and end. There probably will be a part up for you tomorrow, assuming all the recording goes according to plan. The recording last night didn't go according to plan, so we're gonna have a little, or I'm gonna have a little bit of fun trying to get it all uploaded in time. But yeah, there should be a part up for you tomorrow. This run will continue. We may not be on the same version when this run continues, because it'll be 4 days. And Paradox is getting better at being very aggressive with patching. So I would not be surprised if there is a patch or two out by then. This run was started on 1.12.1, and there may be a patch by the time we get back to the run in 4 days. Which you're watching on YouTube, should mean that there should be a part up for you tomorrow. Unless something patch-wise comes up that completely breaks the run. But yeah, I think the run is going well. So with that, I'm going to wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part, and bye for now.